Football season is back. Hello everyone and welcome inside Hazeltine Field. I'm Aguirre Deliu, and tonight the Eagles have their season home opener against the North Torrance Saxons. Should be a great game. The Saxons coming off of a win, they're 1-1 on the young season. The Eagles coming off of a loss, they're 0-1 coming into tonight's matchups. It's the Eagles and the Saxons next on Segundo TV. Here come the Eagles led by Jose Hurtada. Welcome everyone inside Hazeltine Field for the season opener for the Segundo Eagles as they host the North Torrance Saxons. The Saxons coming into this one 1-1 on the young season. They had a week 0 matchup, while the Eagles, having just played last week, coming with an 0-1 record, looking to get their first victory of the year. Much easier said than done. The Saxons, very tough football program. We'll get into them a little bit more as this game progresses. The Eagles 5-5 last year, looking to rebuild and bounce back. They lost a lot of key pieces from last year's squad. Quarterback Matthew Romero, of course, the main guy on that team last year. He is replaced by senior quarterback Nick Villa. He'll be wearing number 3. Of course, Villa was a stud athlete last year on defense for the Eagles. Now will be the man in charge under center. The captains for this game for El Segundo: James Freilich, Nick Villa, Scott Melton, and David Madrid. For the Saxons, the captains David Ukatu, Koa Carl, Nicholas Kobos, and Joshua LaRue. The Eagles won the coin toss but declined, so it'll be the Saxons who will receive first. They have 3 men back to receive. Blake Banks, number 23, Stefan Bradford, and number 13, Eris Sobolowski. Bradford gets it, has some blocking in front of him, has space for Hurtada in front of him, does not get him, and Bradford is off to the races. There's a flag coming in, but Bradford will walk this in the end zone. They signal touchdown for the Saxons. Just like that, seconds into the game, Stephen Bradford, a senior running back and cornerback for the Saxons, scores on a kick return. So the penalty actually goes on the Saxons. So all that excitement, all that madness to start off this game will be rewind. The score will not count. The Saxons will get possession of the ball and be at the 50-yard line. Again, we saw the flag coming in, but the referee near the goalpost was signaling touchdown. We knew that one was coming back, but still an exciting play from the Saxons to open this one up. Bradford will line up as the running back next to freshman quarterback Travis Keenan Lagarde. Bradford will get it, and he is met by a few Eagles defenders, led by number 50, Don Robinson. Robinson, a senior, 6 foot, 275. Nose tackle position. Of course, the Eagles defense has a brand new coach in charge. Coach Wagner taking over the defense after Coach Heck retired after last year. He's been the freshman and JV coach here at El Segundo, and now will take over the defense here at the varsity level. Another penalty on the Saxons. Not a good look for North Torrance early on. Seconds into this one, 2 penalties already for the guys in the white with the teal blue helmets, or sky blue helmets, I should say. El Segundo in their traditional navy blue home uniforms. Second and long, man in motion for North Torrance. Handoff, that's Blake Banks, and he is also trapped by a few Eagles after a gain of about 3 on the play. Still will be third and long for North Torrance coming up.
Tackle made by number 7, Kyle Myers. And number 40, Ray Silva.
The Saxons coming off a win against Fountain Valley, 19-14. A close game after they dropped their first game to St. Pedro, 25-0. This is the first time the Saxons have been on the road this season. Both of those games were at home. Here's a pass, almost, and it is intercepted by El Segundo. A beautiful play. James Freilich tips it up in the air, and guess who comes up with it? Number 10, Julian Rodriguez, who's supposed to be the breakout star for El Segundo this season. Oh, flag all the way in the backfield. Could take this one away. And it will. Another penalty. The third penalty of the game, 2 minutes into the game, into the first quarter. A late hit on the quarterback on El Segundo. And now on a costly one for the Eagles. Gets the ball back to North Torrance and moves them up at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10, hand off to Bradford. He jukes some defenders, but goes nowhere. Two big plays to start this game. Big kickoff return from Stephen Bradford that went for a touchdown. That got called back, and then a tip pass from James Freilich. Julian Rodriguez with the interception, but that got called back as well. And we reset everything. It'll be 2nd and 10 for North Torrance at the 38-yard line. Looking to pass. That's Banks with a short gain on the play. Gain of about 4 will bring up 3rd down.
Tackle made by Kyle Myers.
I was going to say that North Torrance, coached by Todd Prosey, with their freshman quarterback, they started off with a lot of run plays, and they did finally decide to go deep. That was the pass that was tipped and intercepted, but got called back, so it didn't count. And now some short passes from Keenan Lagarde. Interesting to see here. 3rd and 7, 4-receiver set. Lagarde throws, and out throws his defender. Great coverage by number 7, Kyle Myers.
Pass intended for Joey McCormick. Play broken up by number 7, Kyle Myers. Bring up a 4th and 7.
That's going to be 4th and 7 for North Torrance at the 35-yard line of El Segundo. Yes, into Eagles territory here. Let's see what they do with it. What an exciting start for the Eagles' home opener. Lagarde lining up to go for it on 4th and 7. 4-receiver sets, 3 to the bottom of the screen on the left. Lagarde dodges one, but no, goes nowhere. Loses the football, and who has it? The freshman rattled, trying to run with it. And it's going to be El Segundo football. Eagles recover the fumble. Great stand by the defense. Lagarde didn't see anything downfield, perhaps panic there. Came into the mind of the young quarterback, looked to run himself, got hit by James Pearson and fumbled the ball, could not convert on 4th down, and now it's 1st and 10 for the Eagles, their first possession of the ball game. Nick Villa hands it off. Straight up the middle for a very short gain. That's Armand Saxons, who's getting up slowly. And that's not what you want to see if you're an El Segundo fan. Saxons had a terrific season last year. Looking to build on that in his senior year. Saxons will check out. James Freilich will check in. David Madrid also comes in. Another fullback. They're going to line up Freilich as a receiver. Madrid at the running back position. Villa throws quickly, connects with Pearson, loses the football. It's a loose ball. Banks has it. Banks is running at the 10. Banks is inside. Touchdown, North Torrance. Blake Banks, the junior, scores first for North Torrance on a fumble from James Pearson. David Ukatu lining up to kick the extra point. 6'4" senior, perhaps the biggest kicker in high school football, gets it through, it's good, and it's 7-0 North Torrance. So we said it's an exciting game, it's going to be a good game, and it has been so far in the opening minutes. We've seen everything. Kickoff returns called back, interceptions called back, another fumble, a sack, 2 fumbles actually by both teams. But the last one cost El Segundo 7 points, and they trail with 7 minutes and 48 seconds here in the first quarter to North Torrance. Ukatu, the place kicker for the Saxons once again. One of the captains for North Torrance. Freilich connects. Here's Freilich, found a window, but a short window, and didn't go anywhere. He did get it past the 30 at about the 32-yard line.
22 yards.
Freilich didn't see a lot of action in that first game last week against Peninsula. Coach Shevlin told me he came in a little bit bruised up, so they tried to rest him as much as possible. I talked to him before tonight's game. He said he was feeling at 100%. Armand Saxons back in at running back for the Eagles. And a quick timeout called by Nick Villa. Didn't like what he saw, perhaps. And that's our first timeout used at 7 minutes and 44 seconds here in the first quarter. El Segundo has this quote printed on their program for this year. It says, "The work begins." And that work began early in the summer with weightlifting and camps, quarterbacks camps. They went to passing camps, course, the double days. I went to some of the practices, and I was actually at practice this week. Watched the Eagles, and despite the loss to the Panthers, they seemed loose and excited, and they look really good at practice. I was midweek. I stayed for about an hour and a half, and the defense especially looked really, really good when I was there. Let's see what they can do here. They look good in the first drive as Armand Saison carries the rock for a short gain on first down. A lot of eyes on number 3, the quarterback for the Eagles, Nick Villa. He's replacing, like I mentioned, a great quarterback, Matthew O'Mara, but since I've been here with the last 5 years now, we've seen some great quarterbacks, great players to play that position. Here's a handoff, Armand Saison with a stiff arm. Armand Saison has room, and he piles another Saxon and takes it into North Torrance territory. A huge run from Armand Saison. He seems to be okay after limping off in his first carry. Definitely didn't show any signs of hurting there in that run. What a powerhouse running back he is. And he's really looking to open some eyes here in his senior year. 1st and 10, V out of the shotgun, hands it off again to Saison, looking to juke some defenders, but gets brought down by number 26, Nicholas Kobos. One of the captains for North Torrance. That was an old school gator roll tackle. Go down low, grab the ankle and roll, and that's what Kobos did. I don't see that gator roll tackle a lot anymore, but hey, it works. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Another handoff. Saison again, straight up the middle. First down for El Segundo. Good drive, down 7. A little over 6 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. First and 10 for Villa. Out of the shotgun, Saison again to his right. Villa drops back to throw. He will throw in the end zone. Scott Milton, does he have it? No, the officials say no good. But still a great play by Milton. Leaped out there, showed his athleticism. He's going to be the go-to receiver this year for Nick Villa. Also look for number 8, James Pearson, another threat. He is here at the bottom of the screen. Freilich in there as well. Villa will throw to Armand Saison in the flat. And he gets wrapped up quickly. Flag comes in. Tackle made by Chase Davis. That's a holding call on the Eagles. There they go. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, still into Saxons territory. After the refs straighten out where the football should be placed at, they finally get it. Clock starts rolling, 5:40 here in the first quarter. Eagles down 7, 2nd and long for Villa. Nick Villa drops back, pressure, throws it, incomplete. The big man, David Ukatu, coming in there, bursting through that O-line. He's 6'4", 220. A kicker, defensive end, and also wide receiver. Why not? When you're that size, you should play multiple positions. So far, this Eagles O-line has done a great job to keep him away from Nick Villa. And that's one of the strengths for El Segundo is those big hogs up front, that O-line. That's what they call themselves as well. I'm not giving them that nickname. That's what they told me when I was at practice. Play action. Villa throws. In the end zone. Incomplete. Again intended for Scott Milton. 2 white jerseys on him though. Tough throw. Good coverage by North Torrance. You can see the Eagles twice. They've gone to Milton in that same spot. Twice on this drive. On 4th and very long, 21 to be exact, the Eagles are going for it. Here's Villa. Nice throw, oh, it's intercepted. 25, Chase Daniels with INT. Chase Davis, excuse me. And you've seen it now from both quarterbacks on 4th down situations. Perhaps a little bit of a panic there too from Villa. No one around in an El Segundo uniform made that throw, and Chase Davis was there to clean it up. This 5'6" senior gives the ball back to North Torrance. From their own 45-yard line, 1st and 10 for the young quarterback, Trevor Keenan Lagarde. Up 7. Here's the handoff. Bradford with the carry. Good hit from David Madrid. And you hear James Freilich is all pumped up. A 1-yard gain on the play from Bradford. 2nd and 9. Coming up for North Torrance, 4 minutes and 38 seconds here in the first quarter. Shotgun formation, 4 receiver set, running back to the right. Quarterback was not ready for the snap, gets it off, almost intercepted. Jackson Ross got a piece of it. That was miscommunication from North Torrance. The center, Joshua LaRue, hiked the ball where Lagarde was not ready for that one. But that one could have been a disaster if you're a North Torrance fan. Here we go, 3rd and 9 for the Saxons. Roll out, Lagarde stops the throw. Blake Banks cannot hang on. It'll be 4th and long for the Saxons.
A flag on the play.
Well, there was a penalty there, a hold on North Torrance. Penalty declined. Will bring up 4th down. Now we'll see our first punt of the game. Ukatu back as the punter. as the refs get it worked out again where the ball's going to be placed at. They place it at the 46-yard line. Freilich and Connor Hochberg back to receive for the Eagles. Here's Ukatu. Got a piece of it, not the greatest punt, but it does get a nice roll. It looks like it will stop at the 15-yard line. .404 remaining here in the first quarter. El Segundo down 7. And will get the ball at their own 15-yard line. Villa keeps it himself, but he's backpedaling, in trouble, chased by 2 Saxons, throws it, almost intercepted, it is! Was he in bounds? Yes, he was. Saxons ball picked off again by Blake Banks.
Ball is intercepted by the Saxons. Blake Banks.
Pull him out, pull him out, pull him out and rip his ass.
Guess another penalty coming in late. So all the exciting plays tonight get called back. This one looks like will too. So a huge mistake, huge penalty from North Torrance after picking off Nick Villa. El Segundo can breathe. They get the ball back and in good position at the 30. 3:44 and counting here in the first quarter. Here's Villa, hands it off to Armand Saison. The Bruiser runs up the middle. A nice gain on first down. Gain of 6 for number 2. Another packed house here at Hazeltine Field for this home opener. Beautiful evening. Saison goes nowhere this time. It's been a hot week here in El Segundo leading up to tonight's game. It was hot today too. So far, thankfully, that has not taken effect on these players. Both training staffs doing a good job keeping them hydrated. Here's Villa through the air. Oh, and Melton cannot hang on. Scott Melton, the intended receiver. Villa actually placed that one beautifully right in the hands of Melton. But that will bring up 4th down for El Segundo and a punting situation for the Eagles. .224 here in the first quarter. Still 7-0, North Torrance leading.
Stephen Bradford in receive for the Saxons.
Stephen Bradford back to receive for the Saxons. Armand Saison with a nice punt. This one looks like it goes out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. Saxons will take over 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line with 2:16 remaining here in the first quarter. They're up 7. A defensive touchdown is our only score so far. 2 fake handoffs. Great read by the Eagles defense. Again, Don Robinson leading a group of blue jerseys on that tackle. Eagles still sticking to that 4-3 defense that Coach Heck used for so many years here. Coach Wagner said he's pretty much keeping everything the same, implementing a few different things. He wants to play more tougher, aggressive type of football, and this defense has shown that here tonight. Both Coach Wagner and Coach Shevlin love this linebacking core especially. We got some good ones led by Julian Rodriguez. Saxons throw. Short gain on 3rd down. That was Denzel Alexander on the catch. Not enough for a first. And they'll bring back Okatu and the punting team. Seconds remaining here in these first quarter. Kyle Myers and Connor Hotchberg back to receive. There's a snap, a punt fumbled a little bit, mishandled, but they get it off, and this one will roll and be down inside the 40. Eight seconds here in the first quarter. That's where the clock is stopped at. The Eagles will get one play here in the first. 1st and 10 at, like I said, just inside the 40-yard line. Villa under center this time, 2 backs. Hands it off to Armand Saison. A beautiful run on 1st down for Saison, a gain of about 8. And that will wind down the first quarter with the Saxons leading 7-0. How we got here? Well, a fumble by James Pearson on a catch, and then recovered by Blake Banks, who ran it all the way back for a touchdown. And that's our only score of the game so far. It's been a crazy first quarter. We saw it all. Kickoff returns for touchdowns brought back, fumbles, 2 fumbles by both quarterbacks, interceptions thrown, lots of penalties. And here we stand, a 7-0 game. A game in which the El Segundo defense has played terrific so far. The offense still looking to find their rhythm, although they've had some nice drives and some nice plays. It's just a few penalties or a few small mistakes that's kept them scoreless so far. talked to Coach Shevlin at pregame, he told me the guys feel ready, they feel loose, they learned from last week, and hopefully they can correct some of those mistakes. Last week when we talked, he told me that in that Peninsula game, the guys came out too excited. They were up early and then kind of just took the foot off the gas pedal. And the Panthers, not a team to do that with, pounced back. Nice run by Freilich, gets the first down. It's a good way to start the second quarter. Freilich will check out. Matthew Higginbottom will check in. The sophomore, 5'11", 175. A jack of all trades. Played O-line, linebacker. Tonight they're using him as a sort of running back, tight end. Oh, Armand Saison gets met by Koa Carroll, who popped him right away. A loss of about 3 on that play. Ended up second and 12, lost about 2, they mark it. Ball just inside the 50. Student section's getting hype. Here's Villa, play action, has Freilich. Stiff arm, lowers his shoulder, and a nice gain from James Freilich. This makes it a much more manageable third down coming up for El Segundo. 3rd and 6. Now inside North Torrance territory. V under center again. Throws, has Pearson, hangs on, and has enough for another Eagles first down. James Pearson, 6'2", 175 junior, broke out as a sophomore last year. Was a favorite target of Matthew Romero. Kind of came out of nowhere. It wasn't really talked about in camp and in preseason, and then when the season started, really turned it on. Pearson looked really good in practice this week when I was there. Here's the play action. Villa overthrew Freilich, almost had Pearson. Not sure which one was the intended receiver there. Nonetheless, it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 10:17 here in the second quarter.
One's in, one's in, one's in, one's in. Squat, squat, no. Watch the bubble. Don't break the tree over.
Quick whistles right away, blows the plate dead. Encroachment by the defense. Makes it 2nd and 5 for the Eagles. Doesn't matter how you get the yards, as long as you get it and you move the ball forward. And the Eagles will take it here. Ball placed at the 29-yard line. Eagles knocking on the door of a touchdown. Here's Villa. Intended for Scott Melton. Overthrown.
3rd down and 5.
3rd and 5 coming up. Still from the 29-yard line. Via the late handoff. Armand Saison has room. Armand Saison almost broke through. Eagles first down. A saving tackle, I believe that was Stephen Bradford with the tackle. That saved a touchdown there. Huge run by the senior. Now El Segundo has 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Got an official's timeout. And we're back in as they adjust, looks like the markers there, down markers. Villa rolling out, has pressure, is hit as he throws. An incomplete pass. David Ukatu once again bursting through the line. It's a big man coming at you. We had a guy when I played semi school back in, this was in Anchor Bay, Michigan, similar size and speed to David Ukatu, and he went on to play Michigan State and then played with the Jets for a little bit, Taiwan Jones. There's a handoff by Villa, Armand Saison in the end zone, touchdown, Eagles! Armand Saison with a powerful run that shakes the stadium here. And we're an extra point away from tying things up. That's what the Eagles needed. A powerful run from Saison. Freilich the kicker. Snap, the kick, and it's good. And we are tied up 7-7 with 9 minutes and 27 seconds here in the second quarter. Just what the doctor ordered for the El Segundo Eagles. The majority of plays have been run plays from Armand Saison. And he comes through with a touchdown. Came off limping after his first carry of this game, which was a scary sight for all El Segundo fans and coaches and players. But definitely has bounced back. Ortada, the place kicker. 3 Saxons back to receive. And it's Bradford. He'll run it back. He ran one earlier for a touchdown. He stiff arms Ortada, stays in bounds. Stephen Bradford. No, he does not. He's out of bounds at the 50. He showed earlier he can break through. Almost did again. But they mark him right at the 50. Nonetheless, a beautiful run back from Stephen Bradford. The senior opening some eyes tonight. Let's see how the Saxons offense answers here. As we start once again from ground zero, 7-7, tied game. The freshman quarterback, Trevor Keenan-Lagarde, out of the shotgun. Throws into Eagle territory, almost gets picked off from Julian Rodriguez. This Eagles defense is sniffing. They're smelling around an INT. They're looking for it. I think it's going to happen sooner or later. I mentioned how much this coaching staff loves this linebacking core led by Rodriguez, as well as David Madrid. Let's see if that has rattled the freshman quarterback at all. Still out of the shotgun. Lagarde drops back to throw. This one he will just throw away. There's a flag for intentional grounding. There was no receiver in a white jersey anywhere near that pass. And that's where the flag came in. I said maybe that rattled the freshman quarterback. Perhaps it did. That will move the Saxons offense back. 9:06 here in the second quarter. Ball will be placed at the 39-yard line. Third and very long for North Torrance. I guess it's only the second game for the officials as well. Maybe the third game for some of them. Had a lot of meetings so far tonight. There they go, we're all set. 3rd and 20 for Lagarde. Looking to go deep. Nice throw, has a receiver open. And a catch. What a catch from Denzel Alexander, his second on the night. That moves North Torrance all the way into Eagles territory at the El Segundo 20. After a few mistakes by the freshman quarterback, he comes up with a big play on 3rd and long. The biggest play that this Eagles defense has given up tonight. Handoff, Bradford, right up the middle, has room, lowers his shoulder. And he is in the red zone. Goes down at about the 4-yard line. I said Armand Saison is a powerful, bruising running back. Well, so is Stephen Bradford. He's showing that tonight. Bradford 5'11". He will get the rock again. Powers through, perhaps a little too high on that run. And it's caught by the Eagles D. Give him a short gain. Looks like they move the ball all the way to the 2-yard line. About 1.5 there. 2nd down. 2nd and goal for North Torrance. Lagarde hands off. Bradford gets wrapped up once again. Led by Don Robinson, who's having a terrific night. Coming up with some huge tackles so far. Big play there by that D-line, led by Don Robinson. That was a loss of about 3 yards there. As Bradford went nowhere. 7 minutes and some change here in the second quarter. Tied up 7-7. They're bringing in 2 fullbacks. Bradford, the halfback. Blitz by the Eagles, wide open. Touchdown, Saxons. Koa Carroll with a touchdown. The Eagles sent in a blitz. They thought it was a run. A quick throw from the freshman. Lagarde to Carroll. And the Saxons go up once again, 13-7. Oh, blocked PAT. Julian Rodriguez and company blocked the extra point, and it stays 13-7 with 6 minutes and 50 seconds here in the second. That was a good drive by North Torrance. We'll see how El Segundo bounces back. Kyle Myers on the return. Gets it just inside the 20, and then Meichert looks like at about the 19. First and 10 for Nick Villa. 6:43 here before halftime. They're down a touchdown. Hand off to Saxon. Short gain. Denzel Alexander comes off limping. He will come out of the game. Aries Lewanowski will come in for him. Alexander had that big catch on that last touchdown drive for the Saxons. Here's a handoff. Armand Saxon has room. He bounces off a defender and stumbles down, but not before getting an Eagles first down. Saxon takes it all the way to the 35-yard line. Under 6 minutes. Clock is rolling. El Segundo has 2 timeouts remaining.
We gotta walk someone out. Are we missing that? Chase!
There's encroachment.
Watch the ball.
Luke Wicker, number 58. El Segundo will take 5 more yards. Ball inside the 40. Clock is rolling. 5 minutes and 27 seconds. First and 5 coming up. Villa, play action. Freilich bounces off one defender but gets wrapped up right away by another. Really nothing on that catch. A few inches. Freilich also had a really nice season last year. The Eagles overall went 5-5, 2-3 in Ocean League. looking to improve on those numbers this season. Play action. Villa throws deep for Scotty Melton. Incomplete, overthrown.
Number 13, Scott Melton.
That does stop the clock with 4 minutes and 23 seconds here in the second quarter. It does bring up third down for the Eagles. There's Villa out of the shotgun again. Hands it off, delayed handoff to Saxon. He's got a first down. He's got room. He stiff arms the defender. He's got space. He cuts it back inside and finally brought down by Banks. But a huge run by number 2. Saxon goes all the way to the 14-yard line. That's where they mark him down. And that's where Segundo will continue this drive with a fresh set of downs. Under 4 minutes to play. 3:49 to be exact. Villa under center. Switches it up a bit. Saxon gets it again, looking to go outside, but read nicely by the Saxons defense.
Nicholas Kobo on the tackle. Pick up of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9.
Gain of about 1 on that run. 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Clock is rolling. 2 timeouts left for the Eagles in this half. Down 13-7. There's a timeout taken by Coach Shevlin with 2:53 remaining in the second quarter. Looked like he didn't like what he saw and used one of his timeouts. Segundo will have 1 more remaining in this half. We'll talk things over. Coach Shevlin in his 26th year as the man in charge here in Segundo. There we go. The Eagles back on the field. Shotgun formation for Villa. Hands off to Saxon, looking to come outside again, but wrapped up nicely by Chase Davis.
Picked up by number 26, Nicholas Kobo. Pick up 1 on the play, and 3rd down and 8.
That brings up 3rd and 8 for Segundo at the 12-yard line. They are knocking at the door of another score here. Same look. Villa passes this time. Incomplete, intended for Melton. On the coverage was Denzel Alexander. That brings up 4th down. Looks like the Eagles will try a field goal with 2 minutes and 9 seconds here in the second quarter. James Freilich, the kicker. Kyle Myers, the holder. Kick is no good. Wide left for Freilich, and your score is still 13-7 with 2:05 here in the second quarter. Coach Shevlin did mention that the kicking game is something they really need to work on this season. They were working on that a lot in practice this week. They had a few different guys trying. Hurtado was kicking field goals. Freilich was another guy. They're trying a few different players out there. Hopefully they can catch on here as the season progresses. The Saxons take over. First down, screen pass, really goes nowhere. Ref signaling he's staying in bounds, wants the clock to keep going. It does in a minute 50.
Kyle Myers on the stop.
North Torrance most likely will run this clock out and head to halftime with a 13-7 lead. Aimed off as Bradford gets wrapped up quickly. Luis Beas. He's another player last year that emerged out of nowhere. We're under a minute here in the second quarter. 3rd and 8 situation coming up for North Torrance. Again, most likely we'll just try to run this clock out and take us into the locker rooms for halftime. Another run. Bradford juking and shaking. And finally gets brought down by Beas once again.
Freilich and Bees on the stop.
North Torrance will wind this clock down as much as they can. One last play on 4th down. Almost picked off, but it is not. And that will take us into halftime. North Torrance 13, El Segundo 7. We'll be right back. Keep it right here on El Segundo TV. Welcome back inside Hazeltine Field. We are just a few minutes away from the start of the 3rd quarter. North Torrance leads El Segundo 13-7. How do we get here? Let's go over what happened in the first half. It was a fumble by James Pearson that was recovered from Blake Banks, who ran it all the way back for a touchdown, and that gave the Saxons an early 7-0 lead in the first quarter. In the second quarter, a rushing touchdown by Armand Saison tied it up at 7 apiece. Then again in the second quarter, the freshman quarterback for the Saxons, Trevor Keenan Lagarde, threw on 4th down to number 11, Koa Carroll, in the red zone for a touchdown and put up North Torrance 13-7, but a block PAT by the Eagles defense and special teams brings us to 13-7. That is your score at the half and here at the start of the 3rd quarter. Some positives to take away from that first half for the El Segundo Eagles. The defense played well. They gave up that one passing touchdown. It was a short touchdown from Lagarde to Carroll. But besides that, they've played well, they played aggressive. And that's what Coach Wagner, first-year defensive coordinator for El Segundo, wanted to see out of this squad. The offense has made a few mental mistakes, but they had a nice drive in that scoring drive when Armand Saison ran it in for a touchdown. Since El Segundo won the coin toss and declined to start the game, they will receive first here to start the third quarter. James Freilich back to receive, along with Kyle Myers. And the kicker for North Torrance, once again, David Okatu. These two teams met last year at North Torrance, and El Segundo lost to the Saxons 24-17. Here we go, we're underway at the start of the third quarter. Freilich catches it and running it back. He's at the 30, he's at the 40. James Freilich at the 50. Inside Saxons territory, a huge run back from James Freilich. That's what the Eagles needed to start the third quarter and spark up everyone. Let's see how they follow that up. Freilich, one of the captains for the Eagles tonight, leading by example. There's Nick Villa under center. Hands it off. Armand Saison cuts it inside. Saison has room. Armand Saison finally brought down inside the 20. Koa Carroll with the tackle. A touchdown saving tackle perhaps there. Two back-to-back positive plays from El Segundo. This time Villa out of the shotgun with Saison to his left. Hands it off to Armand. And gets wrapped up by two North Torrance defenders. Nicholas Cabos and Joshua LaRue. Same defense by the Torrance Saxons. Armand Saison cutting inside, wrapped up quickly. They also run that 4-3. Same style of defense as the Eagles. Two minutes into the third quarter. Eagles with a nice drive. 3rd and 6 coming up for Villa. Villa, oh, a little high on that pass intended for Freilich. Everyone on the El Segundo side looking for a flag. The refs don't agree, and they'll bring up 4th and 6 for the Eagles. El Segundo tried a field goal from about this distance in the second quarter and missed it. Looks like they will attempt to go for it here on 4th and 6 at the 14-yard line. Villa throws in the end zone. Freilich, the intended receiver, incomplete. Good coverage by Blake Banks. That's a turnover on downs with 9:58 here in the third. And a drive that started off with a huge kickoff return from James Freilich and a big run from Armand Saison results in no points for the Eagles. Man in motion for the Saxons. Quick throw by LaGuardia. Screen pass goes for about 7. Banks, the receiver.
Quick pass with the reception. Take up the grid on the side. Pick up 5 on 1. 2nd and 5.
There's a handoff. Bradford gets the run. Still on his feet. Another powerful run by Bradford, who loses his helmet on that one.
Stephen Bradford, the ball carrier. Stopped by James Smith.
Another bruiser type of a running back, just like Armand Saison. He showed a speed also on the opening kickoff. Ran it all the way back for a touchdown, but got called back. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line for North Torrance. LaGuardia again out of shotgun. Play action. Looking to go deep. Way overthrown. Banks, the intended receiver. Nice coverage by Kyle Myers and Connor Hochberg. Second and 10. Segundo with the blitz. Banks with a nice catch inside. And brought down after a gain of about 7.
Bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Third and 3 coming up for the Saxons. Ball placed at the 46-yard line. The Saxons 46-yard line. A Wildcat formation. They have Banks at quarterback. They line up LaGuardia at receiver. Banks will keep it himself. No, he pitches it. Bradford is wrapped up and goes nowhere. Good read by the Eagles defense. That's James Freilich. That brings up 4th down for North Torrance. Nice job by the defense to hold down there. Not get fooled by that Wildcat formation. At least that's what we used to call it. I'm not sure if they changed the name of that play now, but a lot of people use it. Katu with the punt. Myers gets it. Shakes off 1. Looking to shake off 2. And is swarmed up and down. Looks like past the 25-yard line. Let's see where they mark it officially. Looks like they will give him the 27-yard line. 6:58 remaining here in the third quarter, still 13-7. First and 10 for El Segundo. Had a nice drive last time up, just could not convert into points. Villa to Freilich, and Freilich gets swarmed up right away. First man on the scene was number 11, Cole Carroll. And then a few other Saxons came up to help. It's a loss of about 1 on that run from Freilich. Second and 11. Clock is counting down here, 6:12. Villa again going to that delayed handoff to Armand Saison. They've used that play a lot tonight and read perfectly by the Saxons. Saison goes nowhere, actually moved back for a loss of about 2. Third and 12 coming up for El Segundo. Down 13-7. Villa throws, overthrown, intended for Scott Melton. Double covered by Bradford and Alexander. Fourth and long, Armand Saison back to punt. Very dangerous Bradford back to receive for North Torrance. And this one will go out of bounds. Looks like at the 48-yard line. Saxons were a really good team last year. They finished 11-3, went 5-0 in the Pioneer League, winning the league. And they went all the way into the semifinals, losing to Brea Olinda 28-19 in the playoffs. They're 1 game away from reaching the championship. El Segundo brings them. Bradford with the catch, runs to the outside and is near a first down. About a half a yard. They'll mark him about a yard shy. So no shame in losing to the Saxons last year. They had that tremendous run. I mentioned these two teams met in North Torrance, and it was the Saxons that were victorious 24-17, but now they're also sort of in the same shoes as El Segundo with a freshman quarterback. Even though Villa's not a freshman, it's the first time starting on varsity as a quarterback. Dumps it off to Banks. Banks gets a first down. Both teams with a few playmakers that can change the game quickly. 2 bruising running backs on each squad. Pretty good defense for both teams. That's why it's been such a close, contested game here. Fresh set of downs for Lagarde and the Saxons from the Eagles' 38-yard line. It's first and 10. Hand off to Bradford, powering through, and goes down at the 35. Gain of 3. Under 4 minutes here in the third quarter, still 13-7, Saxons with the lead. El Segundo has not led tonight. Lagarde goes deep, intercepted. James Freilich with the INT, looking to run it back. That gets tackled inside the 10. But a big momentum switch as James Freilich comes up with a huge interception. A bad throw from Lagarde, 3 Eagles there. Looked like someone was going to grab that one and for sure deflected. Thrown into some bad coverage from the young quarterback. This defense I mentioned earlier was sniffing around an interception, and they finally get one. So 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line. Villa does not like what he sees, and him and Coach Shevlin decide to take a timeout. And that stops the clock at 3 minutes and 20 seconds here in the third quarter. Big opportunity for this Eagles offense, as this defense is really keeping them into the game. Segundo back on the field after a quick chat. 1st and 10 at their own 13. Villa throws to a wide open man. And a nice gain on 1st down. That's Julian Rodriguez. Gain of 8 on that play. Bring up 2nd and 2.
7 yard.
There's a handoff. Freilich has space, has room. 1 man to beat. James Freilich. Can he go all the way? No! Brought down by David Okatu. What a run by Freilich, but what a run by Okatu to come out of nowhere and catch up to him. And immediately Freilich is down, not getting up, and the training staff rushing to him. Hope he's okay though. We'll take a look at it. Big run by Freilich. Just had that interception. And he did get the Eagles a fresh set of downs. As impressive as Freilich was, you have to say also David Okatu just came out of nowhere. You shot out of a cannon to catch up to James and save the tackle, or the touchdown, excuse me. Here we go, first set of downs, 1st and 10 at the Saxons 22-yard line. Villa under center, in pressure, and brought down hard by North Torrance. A little jaw jacking going on there, and looks like there is a Saxon down. And the training staff will look at him with 2 minutes and 7 seconds here in the third. This game has had some explosive plays. Not all have counted, but a few early on in the first that got called back due to some penalties. This game has had its moments and has had pretty much everything. It's been exciting so far. Looks like that was Joey McCormick. The junior seems to be okay. Good sign, which you always want to see. He will walk his way into the Torrance sideline. Well, we're back, 2nd and 9. On the 23-yard line. Under 2 minutes here in the third quarter. Villa will hand off to Saxon again. Running on the edge. Looks like he got about 4 or 5 on that one. Brings up 3rd and 4 officially at the 17-yard line where they place the ball. This has been an issue for El Segundo tonight to convert these short 3rd downs, and they've been put in 4th down situations, so they need to convert this one. A minute left in the 3rd. Here's Saxon, powering through, juking through, almost in the end zone, but definitely a 1st down for the Eagles. Inside the 5, looks like he got brought down at the 3-yard line. Here we go, folks. El Segundo looking to get back into this one. Down 13-7 from the 3-yard line. Saxon wrapped up and pushed back. Toa Ortega, first man on the scene, followed by Stephen Bradford. That will wind us down to the end of the third quarter. Your score, North Torrance 13, El Segundo 7. The one big play in the third was that Freilich interception. He also had a nice kickoff return and a big run. So Freilich was the man of the quarter, if you will. As we get this set to start the last 12 minutes of this ball game, Eagles trailing 13-7, one-score game. They got pushed back. They were as close as the 3-yard line, but got pushed back now to the 9-yard line, excuse me. That's where they will start The fourth quarter was 2nd and 9. Eagles 3 receivers, 2 backs. Some movement on the line. Saxon gets it, trying to cut it back inside, but goes nowhere. Short gain, about 2. Bring up 3rd and goal. Crowd cheering. The El Segundo band, always doing a great job every Friday night. Third and goal. Villa, low snap. Looks to throw. Does. And the corner overthrown, intended for Rodriguez. You'd have to think they're going to try to go for this one. It's only a 1-score game, but the kicking game, they missed a field goal earlier in the 2nd quarter. Freilich was the kicker on that one. Why not? If you don't make it, Torrance starts pretty backed up, so kind of a no-brainer here. But Shevlin thinks so too. He's going for it. Villa will be under center. Armand Saxon behind him. Villa, quick throw, touchdown! Scott Melton. Beautiful design play. A quick toss to Melton in the corner, who comes off limping. Hopefully he'll be okay. But nonetheless, we're tied up at 13 apiece here in the 4th. And the kick is no good. So we're tied up 13-13 in the 4th quarter. We said it was going to be a good one, and it has been a good one. .11:06 officially left in the 4th quarter. Perhaps we'll see some bonus football here. Still a lot of time remaining, a lot of time left to play. Hurtado the kicker, and they will let this one roll.
He touched the ball. Idiot.
Let's see from our vantage point if we roll out of bounds or in the back of the end zone. Well, they did roll out of bounds. There's a penalty. Kickoff has to either stay in bounds or roll in the end zone. If it goes out of bounds, it is a penalty. They'll redo the kick. They will move him back a bit, but Hurtado will get another chance at it. He dangerous and speedy Bradford back there to receive, along with Banks and Arias Rovolowski. Okada staying low and again rolls it out of bounds. Draws another flag.
That'll draw another flag against the Eagles.
They're gonna line him up again. Third time's a charm. You see what Hurtado's trying to do, trying to keep it away from Bradford and Banks. He's going away from them. Needs to keep the ball in bounds. Keeps it in bounds. A little bit of a miscommunication. And not a bad return from Rovolowski, who gets it into Eagles territory with exactly 11 minutes left here in the fourth. What a game, 13-13. 11 minutes in the fourth quarter. The Saxons, 1st and 10 in Eagles territory at the Eagles' 43-yard line. Here's Lagarde. Quick screen pass to Bradford. Nice gain on first down by Bradford. And stays inbound, so the clock will keep going. Looks like that was a gain of about 7. Officially looks like they give him a gain of 6, and it's 2nd and 4. Now from the 37-yard line. Power back formation. Lagarde hands it off to Bradford. He's got a big hole. He's got space, and he is down at about the 25-yard line. Actually, exactly at the 25-yard line. Another fresh set of downs for North Torrance. With under 10 minutes to play here in the fourth. A nice drive answering the Eagles' last touchdown. 2 missed PATs by both teams. That's why we're at 13-13.
Let's go, run the play.
Bradford in the backfield. Gets the rock, jukes one, shakes one, stumbles, goes to the corner. Bradford in the end zone, touchdown, North Torrance. His kickoff touchdown in the beginning of the game got called back, but this one will count. Bradford gets in on the scoring and puts his team up 19-13 right now. And it looks like the Saxons will line up to go for 2. We got Bradford again in the backfield, power formation. movement on the line. Encroachment on the defense.
Flag on the play.
That definitely helps the Saxons' case here. In their two-point attempt with 9:25 in the fourth quarter. Bradford again in the backfield. Toss to Bradford. Inside for the two-point conversion. It is good. And the Saxons are up 21-13 with 9:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. Two nice plays by Stephen Bradford, the senior. Talked about what an athlete he is, and he just proved it right there. Got the rushing touchdown and the two-point conversion, of course, helped by the encroachment call by El Segundo. Made it easier for the Saxons. Here's Ukatu. Remember who has it, but it's Freilich. He turns the corner, James Freilich, and gets shoulder tackled outside, right at about the 42-yard line. 9:19 remaining here in the fourth. Not a bad starting field position for the Eagles. Down again. They have not led in this game. They've trailed, and then they tied it up. And the last time up, but could not hold off the Saxons offense. And trail again, now 21-13. Here's the handoff. Armand Saxons slicing through the defense. Uncontested. A nice gain of 6.
Picked up by Stephen Bradford for a 7-yard, a 6-yard.
Second and 4 for Villa. Play action. Has time. Goes deep. Scott Melton. Oh, bounces off his hands. But flags all around him. This most likely will be a pass interference on Denzel Alexander. This could be huge for El Segundo.
Pass interference against the Saxons.
That's what it's called, a pass interference on Denzel Alexander, pardon me. And move the ball all the way into Saxons territory at the 38-yard line. Saxon swallowed up by the Saxons. Big man Luke Wicker in the center of it all, number 58. for North Torrance. Loss of a few there. 2nd and 11 coming up. Yep. Under pressure.
Where's he throwing that ball?
Looks to throw it away. Torrance looking for a penalty there. Did not get it. Refs didn't agree. Looking for an intentional grounding, but nonetheless, we play on. 3rd and 11 with 7 minutes and 40 seconds here in the 4th. Villa will come under center this time. Drops back, wide open receiver, that's Freilich. Stays on his feet, goes out of bounds. Late flag coming in the backfield. Looked like it was going to be called roughing the passer on big number 58, but it goes against El Segundo, and that makes it a very big 4th and very long for the Eagles.
Bring up a 4th down and long for the Eagles.
Saxons back to punt. Nice punt. Goes out of bounds. Good spot right at the 10. No, actually they mark it much closer, right at the 21. .7:22 remaining in the 4th quarter. The Saxons lead 21-13, and they will start from their own 21-yard line with a 1st and 10. Movement by the O-line. Joshua LaRue, number 65, with the jitters. There's Bradford again. Good tackle by Luis Beas. A late flag coming in. Some movement down there, some jaw jacking down. It goes against El Segundo. Didn't see exactly who they called it on, but does not help the Eagles. Clock will roll on here. 7 minutes and 4 seconds and counting. On 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the Saxons. Lagarde, hands off like a bullet right through Stephen Bradford. Shooting out of the backfield. And it will be 2nd and short for North Torrance. Back to Bradford. Stiff arms. Comes back inside looking to cut it. Brought down, but Bayas once again. Not after getting enough for a 1st down. Eating up more clock. Good strategy by the Saxons. Round and pound. Eat up as much clock as possible. You have the lead up 21-13, 5:42 and counting. We were tied at the start, or early in the 4th quarter, I should say. At the start, it was 13-7. With the Saxon had the lead, and then we tied it up 13 apiece. And then North Torrance took the lead again. Here's Bradford. Run out of bounds. Freilich was there, Bayas was there, Matthew Kusero was there. Of course, North Torrance taking their time. And now calling a timeout. That stops the clock with 4 minutes and 42 seconds here in the 4th quarter.
Their first charge timeout of the 2nd half.
El Segundo's schedule does not get easier from here on out. Next week they go at Miracosta. That's, of course, always a rivalry and always a tough game. Then at Torrance, so 2 games on the road for the Eagles before coming back here to play South Torrance. And they will host the Spartans in 3 weeks. They are on the road for 2, and then at home for 2 will be Hawthorne on October 4th to start league play. Of course, the Ocean League, very tough. Right now, Hawthorne's 1-0, Beverly Hills 1-0, Culver City 1-0, Santa Monica, El Segundo, and Lawndale 0-1. Kind of a reversed standing in the Ocean League. Still early. Here's Bradford on the toss. Another 1st down, thanks to the feet of Stephen Bradford, who has stayed busy on the ground tonight. First and 10. Fresh set of downs for the Saxons. It is working, ground and pound. Thanks to number 23, Stephen Bradford, who had the last touchdown. The touchdown that broke the 13-13 tie and gave the Saxons the lead. Here is the timeout called by El Segundo, and that stops the clock with 3 minutes and 56 seconds.
Tell the line that they're going to start chopping. Tell the line that they're going to start chopping.
It'll be the first time in 3 years that the Eagles will play Miracosta away. They played here the last 2 seasons, so this will be this season. They'll play next week at Miracosta. It's always a fun game. We had the privilege to do 2 back-to-back here between those 2 schools. We'll be back here against South Torrance in 3 weeks. Second and 5. Power back formation for the Saxons. Again, guess who? 23. And another set of fresh downs, thanks to Mr. Bradford.
Bradford, the Walker, stop by Jose Torrance.
3:30 and counting. This drive is eating up a lot of clock, and they are moving the ball well. The Eagles defense needs to make a big play here. Hand off to Bradford. They know where it's going. It's been 23 on every single play. Hard to stop them though. Easier said than done. Under 3 minutes. Gain of 1 from Bradford on that last run. Ball is at the Eagles' 33-yard line. Oh, a fumble! A fumble! Bradford loses the ball. And recovered by North Torrance. As I said, that the Eagles defense needed to come up with a big play. A missed opportunity right there. 2 minutes and 6 seconds and counting. It is a 3rd and 8 situation. So if they don't convert this, El Segundo hopefully should get the ball back with a few seconds remaining. With a lot of ifs. We're at 1:45. El Segundo has, I believe, 1 timeout left. Saxons use a timeout. That stops it with 1:38. (21-13). What a game it's been. It has had everything. We were tied up not too long ago at 13-13 here in the 4th quarter. But a rushing touchdown from Stephen Bradford and a 2-point conversion from Bradford has given the Saxons the 21-13 lead late in this game.
September 27th, take on the South Torrance Spartans.
seconds ago, the Eagles defense had an opportunity. Bradford fumbled, but it was recovered by North Torrance. That would have been a huge turnover here late in this game. The Eagles looking for at least a chance to get back into this one. Big third down coming up. 3rd and 8.
32-yard line for the Saxons.
LaGuardi looking to get the jump on the defense. And it draws flags. Won't be enough for a first, but definitely will be closer.
Eagles, 5-yard penalty, bring up 3rd and 3.
Instead of 3rd and 8, it'll be 3rd and 3 from the 26-yard line. 1:38 still remaining. Clock is stopped due to timeout called by North Torrance. Both teams with a timeout apiece. There's the handoff. It's Bradford. Bradford escapes. Bradford has room, and Bradford's in the end zone for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. With 1:32, Bradford's 2nd rushing touchdown of the evening has quieted down Hazeltine Field. Okatu will line up for the PAT attempt, and this one is good. And the Saxons lead 28-13. Stephen Bradford has single-handedly so far disrupted the season home opener for the Eagles. Coach Shevlin said that last week's loss was a learning opportunity. I think this week, if this result stays, it's 1:32, looking like it will. Another learning opportunity for a team that brought back a lot of starters, but still a lot of young guys in some key positions. Have to go back and watch this one. And this is a game that the Eagles had chances to win and come back, but it just did not fall their way. It's unfortunately a few mistakes early on. They could not climb back from it. The defense played well tonight. That's a positive to take away from this. Armand Saison had a great game as well, rushing the ball. Had a rushing touchdown earlier in the 2nd quarter.
Eagles will take over on their own 29-yard line.
But unfortunately wasn't enough. The Eagles offense will take over down 2 scores from their own 29-yard line. 1:28, they have two timeouts, meaning 2 scores. Here's Villa. Can he muster up some magic? Goes to Scotty Melton, but it's tipped away from Denzel Alexander. It does stop the clock with 1:22. Tough scenario here. Even if you were down to go down to score, you need some sort of onside kick. And there's the final timeout taken by Coach Shevlin.
Eagles will use their final timeout.
Again, El Segundo will go to Miracosta next. and then play at Torrance before coming back here to host South Torrance. Making their way with all these Torrance teams, playing North Torrance and regular Torrance, and then back here for South Torrance. They don't play West Torrance this year. They used to play Bishop Montgomery the first few seasons I was here. I believe it was the first 2 seasons that I was here. They were played Bishop Montgomery back and forth. Those were always good competitive games. Here's Villa, delayed handoff to Saxon, who's got space, looking to add more yards to the stat sheet. Get another positive has been Armand Saxon, and this offensive line as well. Got to give them some props too. They made some big holes for the running backs, him and Freilich. Freilich also had a nice third quarter. Villa connects to Rodriguez. Stops the clock with 53.8 seconds.
First down, Eagles.
Villa throws in the danger zone, covered by R.E.S. Rovolnowski, intended for James Pearson. As we mentioned earlier, the slogan for the team is "The work begins." Well, they have a lot of work to do following this one once they go back to practice and watch this film, as they face a tough Mustangs team. Bad drop there by James Freilich. Despite that drop, Freilich has played a great game. Tried to do it all on special teams, had a big kickoff return, had an interception on defense, and has run the ball well. So you got to pick out some positives here. Some things to build on for the following week. Still a young season, only 2 games in for the El Segundo Eagles. There's Villa rolling out. Rodriguez drops it, and that's one of those things when tomorrow they watch this game back and watch film on this matchup. There's a lot of drop passes by the Eagles. You have to kind of clean that up, go back and practice and work on that. And they did. When I was there in practice, they did a lot of passing drills with Villa and all the receivers. And it's different knowing game speed under the lights. Get used to it, work that chemistry between Villa and some of these receivers. So they'll get better as the season progresses. Armand's punt rolls past the 10, down at about the 7 or 8 there with 25 seconds. This one's almost wrapped up. Again, we thank you for joining us here on El Segundo TV. Saxons should take a knee here to take this one to the final whistle. Again, not a bad performance by El Segundo. Just got to go back to work, clean some things up. That's going to do it. The final knee will wind this one down the last few seconds, and the Saxons will win 28-13. Almost a similar score from last year's victory when these two teams met. A good back and forth game. They had it all. A fun one to watch. A fun season opener. Unfortunately, not the result that the Eagles were looking for here at home to open up the season. But still, not a bad performance. Go back to work, clean a few things up. Don't panic yet, Eagle fans. Lots of football left remaining on the year. North Torrance wins this one by a final of 28-13. They advance to 2-1 on the young season. El Segundo drops to 0-2. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Keep it here on El Segundo TV. Coach, unfortunately not the result you guys were looking for, but you guys did some good things there. What do you take away from a loss like this?
Well, we're going to have to look at the film. I think we're playing hard, and we're there, and we're getting close into the red zone, and we're not finding a way to finish. That was a problem last week. I got to find a way that we can correct that as a team. I'm telling the kids, you guys are putting almost too much pressure on yourselves. Like, just make your reads, run the ball hard like you've been doing, and just relax and try to enjoy the moment. But we'll see. I mean, North's a quality team. They did some nice things defensively, and we got to see how we can come out of this. I think we're healthy coming out of the game, so that's big. And then see where we can get better. I mean, obviously our kicking game is a concern, and kickoff team today was a little bit of a concern. But 23 for North, Bradford is he's a top-notch back in the area, and he showed that tonight. So I think he was probably the difference in the game.
Defense played well tonight. What did you like from their play?
Oh, I just like the way they're rallying to the ball, their effort. I thought Coach Wagner did a great job calling the defense. There's nothing but good things to say right now. There's some corrections they'll make and fix up. I think we got a little worn down there in the fourth quarter, went to that kind of power eye look, but they did a good job staying with it and working the clock, so it was hard for us to get the ball back. I thought Armand ran the ball really good for us. They had a great game for us offensively. I thought the O-line was pretty solid. So we'll just keep working and see if we can get better and make sure the kids understand that there's a game within a game, but you just got to do what you're taught to do.
Coach, thanks so much for the time. Appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome back inside Hazeltine Field. Unfortunately, the Eagles dropped this one by a final of 28-13. Good effort by the defense. Armand Saison with a rushing touchdown, but it was Stephen Bradford in the end with 2 rushing touchdowns in the fourth quarter and a 2-point conversion that sealed the win for the Saxons. That's going to do it. From everyone here at El Segundo TV, I'm Miguel Delio. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.